Hi, Tracy says, Tracy McElfresh here, Dayton, Ohio. I'm going to talk about sustainable sewing with you, a few of the little things I've learned along the way. If you don't know me, I have been sewing all of my own clothing for 25 years. I have a sewing service business. I also run a big meetup group, I mentor, and I volunteer for the Kettering Arts Council. Until last week, I really didn't think I was a sustainable sewist because I make so many things. I'm also an artist, so I figure, can an artist have too many paintings? Can a songwriter have too many songs? Can a poet have too many poems? But during my last video last week, where I was talking about my intentional wardrobe, I realized that I do a lot of the practices to be sustainable. I'm not perfect though, so I'm going to go over a few of them with you. Number one, your fabric choice, the obvious one. If you're choosing natural fibers, your cottons, your linens, and your wools, silks, they biodegrade. You can also buy dead stock. Dead stock is fabric that another store or place didn't want, couldn't use, and it's a little bit cheaper. So you're saving that from going into a landfill. You can harvest fabric from the thrift store clothing or clothing that you already have. You can go to the thrift store and buy fabric used. You can buy fabric off of eBay used, Etsy used. So those are some of my sources that I use as well. You can also go to a fabric swap. If you don't have a local meetup group, you can make your own fabric swap. And maybe that could be a conversation for meetups for another one of these videos. So we'll get into that. So there's a lot of things you can do. If I have to buy new, I will buy from an independent fabric store, which is somebody like me that owns a business that really cheers when they get your dollars. So that's number one, your choice of purchasing fabrics. Number two is your best practices. That would be having your layout out so that you use the least amount of fabric, or choosing zero waste garments. I also have a lot of friends that quilt. I have a lot of friends that have businesses that make things like scrunchies, modern quilt guilds, and creative quilt guilds where they make the art quilts. Would love to take your scraps. So think of ways to let your scraps go. Another thing, best practice, is to not wash your garments every single time. That helps save the environment. If you can wear something underneath the dress to protect it from your sweat and oil and skin, you can hang that back up in the closet. Skirts, hang them back up in the closet, wear them a few times, and then before you pack them up for the season, your last wear, go ahead and wash it. So that will help save the environment. The last thing is minimizing your waste. So we talked about number three, minimizing your waste. We talked about what to do with all of your scraps. You could also use your scraps. So that's one thing that would totally work. Like I said, scrunchies, you can wrap gifts in scraps. You can make Ziploc baggies. You can make fabric bowls. You can make fabric rope bowls. There are books and books on what to do with scraps. You can make art quilts, just like what we were talking about. So those are a few things. You can have a capsule wardrobe. I have been trying to make mix and match clothing so things can be worn at least with three things. Something I've just now started since I've had my colors analyzed. And you don't have to be perfect. You can just pick one or two things and give them a try. Thank you for watching. Tracy McElfresh, Tracy Sews. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. And maybe we will talk about meetups and how I have my meetup and how it works. And you can decide whether you want to make your own meetup or whatever you'd like to do. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.